at one point you were a vice lord and you switched over to blood. What caused you to do that? And was it any backlash from it? Some effects?
Yeah, for sure. Like, that type of thing is frowned upon. You know, uh, I think I'm super honest in saying it myself. That's a degree of betrayal, right? So, of course, it came with backlash. Some of the things that led up to it was, I was caught up in that whole insane traveler vice lord issue. You know what I mean? My big brother was Montana. He was like a father figure to me at one point. You know what I mean? At one point, like, he raised me, bro. You know what I mean? And so when Montana flipped from insane to traveler, I went with him. And
Uh-huh.
so going traveler, the insane feuds and beefs and battles, I inherited everything that Tana was involved with, bro. I inherited that. And I did so willingly because that was my brother. That's what I was supposed to do. And so then, word got out, he turned bad. He was an informant, X, Y, and Z. I still tried to stay with the nation. I still tried to, be loyal to the law, bro. But at the same time, I'm like, man, everything that I had been taught been a lie. Everybody that I had been taught to follow was an illusion. You know what I mean? So I kind of felt like, dang, I've been lied to, bro. I've been betrayed. You know what I mean? So, that put me in a dark space, and I ain't wanna continue to rock with Vice Lord, bro. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, like for about it was over 10 years, I had put Vice Lord before my own mother, and she was the main one that took care of me, bro. Only thing my mother wanted me to do was come home. But I'm in that politic and banging with the lords. You feel me? So in a sense, I was putting them before her. I was putting, them before the needs of my own family because that was my family. And so when Tana, came out to be an informant and, everybody was saying this, I felt betrayed, bro. And so my man's at the time, he was planting the seeds for that sex, money, murder imprint. You know what I mean? So he like, bro, no matter what, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what choices or decisions you make, I got you. At the time, sex, money, murder didn't really exist in the MDOC. You know what I mean? And I'm already designated by the MDOC as a gang leader. You know what I mean? For the vice lords. And so I talked to a couple guys, and I talked to a couple of the heads, man, and they all understood where I was coming from. I made a decision to rock with bro on a sex money tip, and they sent the crash dummy at me. Number one, with the type of status and rank that I had, bro, treat me with honor. I made my decisions, bro. I could stand on my decisions. We was on the yard up there in Marquette. And I ain't leave no yard, bro. I ain't checked the PC or nothing. You feel me? Like I was making a decision. I was in the process of making that decision. And if y'all felt like y'all wanted to handle me the G way, then holler at me. I ain't ducking and I ain't hiding. But instead, y'all didn't want to deal with me on that level. You see what I'm saying? Y'all wanted to send a crash dummy at me. I deserve better. And I got pissed, bro. And so bro no popped at me. Like you already know what time it is. They tore the yard up. So now, you got lords and bloods up at Marquette going at each other. You know what I'm saying? Heavy. So they end up transferring Ride Me and Bro out. We went back to IMAX. And they kind of just, carried back down there with us. I talked to some of the big heads in Chicago. And I explained to them my reasoning and my decisions for doing what I did. Like I was never really tapped in with y'all. Y'all ain't never supported my hustle at all. You know what I mean? Like I don't owe y'all no alliance and no allegiance, bro. Y'all have done nothing to contribute to my life in a meaningful or impactful way at all. So I was loyal to the law. And by me being loyal to the law, I realized that the law that I was given wasn't even real, bro. For 10 plus years, I had been following something that wasn't real. And that destroyed me. So I started rocking with bro and sex money, and we started laying down the foundation for that. So I was a part of the first wave, one of the original members of that out here in the institution. We just pushed that. Behind that, once we got done dealing with the whole vice lord beef or whatever, we had other blood sets that was like, where y'all come from? Y'all flipping dudes. Like I say, flipping is frowned upon. I knew that making the decision that I made. But I'm gonna rock with bro, and I'm gonna rock with the homies who held me down when I was going through my adversity. I'm gonna return the loyalty by pushing the campaign. You feel me? So I did that. I stood on that. I ain't duck. I ain't hide. I accepted it. You know what I'm saying? And it just, people disagree with my decisions because at the time, you got to think, bro. I'm at the top of the food chain when it came to TVL in Michigan. I'm at the top of the food chain. The only person I answered to was my talent. That was it. You feel me? So making the decision that I made, bro, everybody was like, bro, you tripping. But it was the right call for me at that time. You know what I mean? And it may not have been the right call to others. And I always said, I put it out there then. You ask any one of them dudes, if you don't like it, I'm not ducking you, bro. We can handle it the G way, bro. I don't mind it because I understood. I was also one of those ones who pushed against dudes who did that. I'd be a hypocrite if I be on some stuff like, yeah, I pushed the agenda against you when you flipped, but when I flipped, it's okay. I had a little bit more honor to myself about that. I flipped, and I was willing to suffer the consequences behind it. And we was in about a 2-3 year war over that. You know what I mean? Um, and I accepted it, bro, and I just rocked out with it.
Were y'all on the losing end of that war because they might have been a little bit bigger at the time?
So, nah, we didn't lose. We both took losses. I think the reason why we didn't lose because the whole machine of Vice Store didn't come against us. It was only a small faction because of who I was. Now you got to think, I put in about 10 plus years with them. You know what I'm saying? And I had a meaningful impact on the lives that follow my lead, that were around me, that were under my chain of command. So I made sure that people ate. I made sure we were studying. I made sure that we was reaching out to our families, creating opportunities and avenues, to be good dudes, good men. I will always tell a brother, you can't be a good brother to me until you learn how to be a good man in yourself. And so I was big on manhood. I was big on making sure that we evolved as men. And so a lot of guys still had loyalty for me even when I flipped. They like, man, that's bro. And he got a good justifiable reason why he did that. You got to think like my chain of command was an illusion. My chain of command really wasn't sanctioned like that. Yeah, we tapped in, but we wasn't really given a green light to do half of the things that we were doing inside the Michigan Department of Corrections. We were just making it up as we went along. I didn't know that. You see what I'm saying? And so to
Right.
find out that I had been fed illusions, bro, like, nah, what person in their right mind gonna continue to drown with a ship and that ship don't really exist? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It exists now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Dudes did their necessary due diligence now, but back then, a lot of the officiality that should have existed didn't. You know what I mean? We knew names, we had plugs, but we wasn't really tapped in like that. Feel me? But you got to think most of my dudes that I bang with from the city, they from Detroit. And so they like, man, we don't need no sanction from no Chicago dude. We don't, that's the mentality. Like, we from Detroit. You feel me? We don't need nobody. I'm not from Detroit though. You feel me? But I'm just banging with them. And so I adopted that mentality as well. As long as we got each other, that's all we need. And so we bypassed a lot of the requirements of having that branch sanctioned the way that we should have.
Fact.
You're not a hustler, you keep getting in front of you just can't flip it. You ain't really got a UP Diddy, you be remixing. Oh, where we just got a new Glock, that's a free biscuit. Petty Tupac know what's up, he know on the mill tick.